Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Magically, I have made it back into the parking lot for Moraine Lake. This is where the path has a fork in it, so I will keep right. So you could go up to the Consolation Lakes, but I'm walking alone right now, and so therefore I cannot go up there. You have to be in groups of four, and you have to be in groups of four because of bear activity. But this is autumn. Trees are changing, not quite as much. It's sort of early to mid-September in here. But look at the start of the views in here, the Valley of the 10 Peaks. And the magnificent area around. It's very, very important to stay on the trails whenever you're in these areas. And that's just out of respect, of course, for the whole environment. But in these particular rocks, and we'll watch for them, you can meet pikas. Pikas are, a ground squirrel that we have. Nice round ears and a fun little chirp. And they hibernate in very specific levels. And they're one of the real indicator species of climate change because they keep going higher and higher up. We're also talking about these rock piles here because it is called Moraine Lake. Some debate as to whether it is truly a moraine, but of course it is a moraine. Moraine lakes are lakes formed by glaciers. Now I'm up at nearly 2,000 meters through here. I want to come and show the sign for group access over here, which is very important because there is just so much bear activity up in this area. That's a good trail in here, but this is where this one is just recommended at the moment, not mandatory, but a large bear population. Have a look at the valley in the distance though. Incredible region. Bit of an overcast day, oddly enough. It was forecast for some sun, but it's so hard to get in here that it's just luck of the draw. But way up top you see some of the tamarack trees which change color. These are just some little chipmunks running around. But further along, up higher, you see some of the snowy peaks surround this environment. We're just coming back to the history of the pika. Here is life on the rocks. So it tells you the story of the pikas themselves. So we're gonna carry on further up the stairs. Another big chubby chipmunk there. I'll make it up top and actually share the magnificent lake with you. This road will be closed within a month. So I've just climbed up another 100 meters or so. And of course, very, very popular site, although it deserves to be. We can talk all about rock flower and the formation of these lakes, but sometimes it's just the sheer color that one needs to share through here. This is one of the most intensely blue lakes that one can see really anywhere in the world. It is just a remarkable sight. All these rock piles down here. Look at that color of water. Perfectly natural. I remember someone once on a tour telling me that he, in that case, had worked in marketing. He said, "Oh, they touch up these images, don't they?" And I didn't say anything till I brought him up here, and then he came back to me and said, "Oh, I'm really sorry to have suggested them touching up anything. It's just so wonderful and natural and powerful down through here." So the water level from my previous YouTube video has come up quite a lot. There is some glacial ice and snow around, but not a great deal anymore, of course. And the water level will start to drop fairly soon, and then eventually the road will be closed. But this is incredible Moraine Lake, and you can see all the debris of the glacial ice up in the peaks in the Valley of the 10 Peaks here. And it's a true cirque valley. You might know it as a hanging valley, but the same remarkable formation here of these glaciated valleys which define so much of the Canadian Rockies. Sometimes people ask why you'd leave a dead tree here. Well, first of all, you'd never manage a forest here, right? But also, the tree is gradually reabsorbed into the ecosystem, and the roots, of course, help to hold the rock faces together. But I do feel like I can just go on and on or we can just give a sense of the wonderful arts tradition that has built up here. There's a sign in Banff right now at the base of a dramatic tree, and it says Artist Mother Nature. And I think that really does apply to this spectacular lake out here. So it's a treat to be here, and it is harder and harder to get in. Incidentally, if you do come here in your car, either come up at about 5:30 in the morning or you'll have to shuttle in, and that does become a challenge. But all that noted, let's just go up a little bit higher and have another view of this amazing natural site. And of course, these lakes are dotted all around in the Rockies, but some of them just have this, well, some are just so incredibly magnificent that one falls in love with them. This is the official rock pile. I like this. They call this a piece of cake. The sea that once covered this area. It's amazing to think of this all as original seabed. The environment is changing continuously here. So you see all this compressed rock pushed up out of the ground and then tumbled down the side of the mountains with the freeze and thaw. So I'm just going to go up a little bit higher. Now here I am up on pretty much the top of the rock pile, looking out on the magnificent lake. So it is spectacular and magical and beautiful. And may I just ask, I've just asked someone to follow the signs that say stay on the path, because they're there for a reason. Growing season is fewer than 2 months, and so we need to respect our paths because of erosion. So all that noted, it is remarkable and gorgeous. So thank you for coming back to Moraine Lake with me, and we're looking forward to winter and skiing soon. I'll see you down at the bottom of the rock pile.